this game, and we do need to win, right? I think it gets tough when you're stringing up losses, no matter how you're playing or who you're playing or any of that kind of stuff. And I think our guys, do need something to hang their hat on, or some boost of confidence here, and get another shot at it tonight.
What do you kind of say to the team to kind of keep their spirits up? Make sure they're still kind of focusing and not focusing on the losses, to be able to come out there, be prepared and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's challenging. Obviously, no one likes losing, and dealing with it is always challenging. But for the most part, we just try to keep doing what we do, which is we pull the clips that are encouraging, we pull the clips that need teaching, we go over the stuff, we prepare what we think is a really good game plan going in, go over that really thoroughly, and then go out there and try to get ready to give a great effort and give maximum energy, right? That's it. Just game after game, you just gotta keep sticking to what you know and what you need to do to get better, right?
When you pull those clips, and you're talking about the clips for teaching, what is the one thing that jumps out at you that maybe bothers you the most, or you think is the biggest issue right now, that if you're achieving anything, you want to achieve fixing that?
I just think it's probably some more connection at the defensive end. There's lots of parts of plays they're kind of multifaceted. We'll start it well, we'll cover the first action well, and we're like in perfect position to make the next play, and we're not getting the next play done. It isn't like we're just like we're there, and we gotta react a little bit better, and that's just like some feel and some connection that we know that next sometimes it's 4 steps down the line a little bit, right? But the possession needs to be played through, right? So, and the opportunities, some of them are there for us to make a better play, and we need to do that a little bit more consistently. I think it's kind of on my mind right now after what we just showed them today. But we talk a lot about the transition lapses for 3 minutes in a game that are transition defensive lapses, because that's seemed to open up some of the games on us when we've been even deep into the third or whatever, and all of a sudden, or a minute to go in the Laker game the other night, we're even at 60 or something like that, and just bang, bang, bang. We missed 2 shots. They run it up the court, get an and one, they hit a 3, and all of a sudden, a pretty well played first half doesn't look so well played in a minute and a half's worth of transition defense.
You've been through so many experiences throughout your coaching career. Is there anything that this feels like, or that you're leaning into right now, as far as just this happening at the start of the year, so many injuries, so many new guys, just all the moving parts, that you're like, this kind of feels like this, and I can draw from this, or anything, or is this completely new, I guess?
Well, I'm not going back and searching my mind for starts like this, but yeah, but I am now that you asked.
Sorry.
Okay.
Just anything that immediately comes to
mind. There's certainly been. I mean, I've been through some tough patches before. I think that had some slow starts before. Not very often, right? But had some slow starts before, etc. Like, and when you're in the old D League, man, you were losing guys all the time, and it was just kind of chaotic, right? So yeah, you have to continue to keep perspective on things, right? It's I think I find the challenge in really need to accentuate the positives of what these guys can do when that's not that easy, when people are banging on what they can't do, right? And I just, our job is to continue to get them in places to do the things they can do, and limit the things, those other things a little bit, and stay positive, right? That's the challenge.
Nick, based on what you've seen in the live watch and the rewatch of these games, do you feel like Paul is able to establish a rhythm on offense with the minutes being choppy?
Yeah, that's been an issue for sure. I mean, he's even talked to me about it. Like I know we're trying to limit those. It's 24, 25 is tough, right? I would have never in a million years taking him out with a tie game with 3 minutes to go in the first half the other night, right? And that ends up stinging us pretty hard, but he was kind of already at his halfway point of the game. And the second half's probably supposed to be more important, right? So, but definitely, but he's also like, you know, like a lot of these guys, you know, sometimes they don't get into the feel of the game until the 5-6 minute mark, and they need from the 6 minute mark down to the 2 mark to make their impact in a quarter, right? And you know, he's talked to me about that. It's been difficult for him for that reason.
When you've talked about keeping things in perspective, do you have like a conversation with your guys like, hey, look, we don't have all our guys intact. Look, you know, we're struggling right now, but we're still only 3 games out of third place. I mean, you know,
Yeah, I haven't looked at the standings, that's for sure. No, we don't really talk about, you know, hey, you know, we gotta do this and some guys are coming, you know, you don't really, I'm just really expect professionalism, right? That they're focused and working hard, that they're in tune with the game plan and going out there and trying to execute it the best they can. That's it.
Nick, the lineups with Gershon at the 5 have generally outperformed those lineups with Drummond out there, mostly on the offensive end is the bigger gap.
Yep.
I guess, I mean, either what is going right for those groups with him there, or maybe how do you bring the other group closer so you're not constantly asking the bench guys to come in and try to
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's. I mean, first of all, it's fairly simple. He provides a little more spacing because of his shooting threat, and on top of that, he's making his own sets of threes at times. That's providing room for others to operate, and he's producing from behind the line himself. Pretty. You know, you're watching the games. You're seeing that yourself, right? And again, I think that, listen, I think Drum's had some opportunities, right? You know, with some of the drop-off passes and offensive rebounds and stuff, that he's got to produce a little more from that stuff, because we certainly, I mean, it's such a back and forth thing. You're right. The offense feels so much better, and other points the scoreboard's moving a lot better, and then we're fighting for our lives down there to get a defensive rebound. Because, you know, when he's at the 5 and we're not like overly big at times, right? You know, we got maybe 3 guards up there and whatever, you know, we try to play KJ with him some, you know, and just because he's a decent rebounder as well, and it's kind of that give and take that we're battling a little bit. Yeah.
I guess piggybacking that a little bit. I know matchups matter, and you're a little thin in the front court.
Yeah.
But have you been tempted, since Gershon's been so effective, to play him a little bit more with Andre?
A little bit. I've been tempted, yeah, and would like to. And I'm not sure tonight's a great night for it. They play pretty small, even at the 5, quite a bit tonight. But I think, again, I've been saying this for a while, I think that's where he's got to end up going or whatever, right? He's going to end up going to the 4 spot, and we have to figure it out, right? So you never know what might happen tonight too.
Let's go.
Okay.